Greetings and welcome to Prosperous Universe. As you can see, our production's taking a little bit of a good run. We've got all these, we've got like 40 iron coming in very shortly. Some NL, I want to say nylon? Nylon? Yeah, nylon fabric. We have some cotton fabric coming through very shortly as well, which should be quite useful in about a day. The cotton fabric is going to be used to make PWOs, so we got a nice the new things up and running really well. The older stuff is running well. We just need more iron to come through for these guys. So in 16 hours, we'll have the iron to start making more BBHs, BETAs, etc. We do need some limestone though, and that's a little bit of an issue right now. We have it, but it's expensive. On the plus side, I've been doing some selling. That's not the good screen for that one. I've been doing some selling, and if we look at our balance, I have 13,000 here and 3,500 there. I sold a few little bits on the ship. Only a few little bits so we can show you how the rest of it is going. So let's go look at the ship first. So the ship went on our flight screen. It's over here in autumn. It's got this material on board. And what I've done in the meantime is I've sold a little bit of the PWOs, listed some of the sealant and some of the water. Now that was done because I noticed that some iron was going really cheap, like 19 credits per 19 NCC per iron. So I wanted the iron ore at that price, so I couldn't wait. Did it, got it. So let's go look at some more stuff on here. Let's go look at Montum and see what we have. So in the iron ore variety, iron ore is down here at 24 right now. It's also very, very heavy. But 24, if we looked at that at our Prometer version, we went 99. It's a hell of a difference. So we won't be doing that. Also, minerals for limestone, which we need a lot of, 80 on Prometer, and on Montum, limestone is going for 69. So limestone's quite cheaper, and iron is a lot cheaper. So we do need both, and we have some cash around, but we can't buy it because we have no space on the ship. So to make some space, let's get some of this water listed, because the water's heavy stuff we brought with us. So, liquids. Now currently, on the board, I do have 100 units at 40 listed, which is great. But what we need to do is list the rest of it. And we can see here, Toad's got some at 35, and some at 50. Now, I have done a quick calculation on the spreadsheet, on the flight here. If we sold all the water at 40, we'd make 14,000. Now we're not going to do that. We'll send some lower than that, and probably maybe some higher if we're lucky. But we need to get all of our ship. The PWOs, if we sold them at 200, we'd make that much, and PWOs, I believe, all the PWOs, we have 10 left, and we brought 23. Yes, I sold 13 of them at a nice high price. 40. Yeah, so we've got 40 of them there. So which is really annoyingly, you can't separate out the Prometer and the Montum exchange orders. So I have 40 for sale at 100. Let's go look at those really quickly under luxury consumables. There they are. So we got ours at 210. Someone's put theirs at 209.99, which is just annoying when they do 1 cent below. But if we sold ours at 200, we still make the money back for the entire flight. So you know what we'll do? The entire 11, which we actually I have no calling over here, so I have no need to bring them back. And we'll do them at 205. You know, do we give me straight 200? Let's not be greedy. Boom, there we go. Because the 0.99 person. Normally I'd leave it, but the 0.99 just irritates me so much that if I see 0.99 below one of mine, I will just drop it below out of principle because it annoys me so much. I don't mind if it's like a full 1 or, you know, a 0.5, but the 0.99 is just like, urgh. Okay, so if they sell, they'll cover the cost of the entire trip because the trip was 3,158 and it covers it, so that's excellent. The sealants, I put 30 of the sealants up for sale at 190. It's the cheapest price and we have a lot of it, so it should cover us. If it sells, great. If it doesn't, it's just in stock, so it's not going to hurt us to leave it there. But the big thing is the water. Now, if we can sell it at 40, that's a hell of a profit margin. So let's go get that water listed, shall we? Fluids. There we go. Liquids. Water. Now, if you can sell it at 40, I've got 140 right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread this out in multiple price brackets. So I'm going to say, okay, if we sell 100 at give me the full 200. 200 of them at 50. I don't think we'll sell them at 50. You know what? Give me one. You know, give them 40 at 50. We'll sell. We're going to basically be told to realise that we're at the same price. Doesn't matter. He'll sell first because he was there first. That's the best way it works. And we can sell the last 100 as a full batch at, say, we could put that in at, say, 40. I won't be somewhere in the middle, but what do we do? 47. So there we go. We've got 140 at 50. We've got 100 at 47, and we've got 100 at 40. So we've got stuff in there at good prices to make the profit, and we can come back and we can move it around if we need to as well. I might end up coming back and just selling some at 16 anyway, just if we need the cash for this purchase. But I need to get them off the ship at least to get started. Okay. First things first. Can we buy any limestone? Because as much as we got iron ore, although if we did get the iron ore, it would be really cool just to fill the ship up with iron ore and bring it back really cheaply. Because that's going to be a big money saver. But the mineral for iron ore, for limestone, because we need limestone for building other stuff as well. Put them there. It's 69. And what do they weigh anyway? They weigh 2, so we can buy quite a fair weight, but we have to watch out for the limit here. And iron ore is very heavy. Okay, also, what is actually iron? Just iron outright. Just straight Fe metals. Because it might be worth not even bringing iron back, if just bringing... No, at 400 it's actually worth bringing the ore in, I think. So let's do a quick calculation just to test. If we brought in 6 times 24, which I don't know that number I've made, so 6 times 24, that costs 144 NCC to buy 1 iron's worth of material. That's still better than the 400 it would cost us for the iron. I don't know about you, but I think that's worth it. Okay, we have to have 20 on board right now, so we have 20. It costs us 6 per iron to produce, so simple thing, that divided by that. Yeah, I would hope it wouldn't be a fraction. So, if I want to do, say, 10 runs, I would need 60. Nice and easy. There you go. But we'd also need other materials which we can get quite cheaply, actually. It's the iron that's the expensive one, I believe. Let me just actually check that. Smelter, what do your information say about the processing of iron? Yeah, most of the cost comes from the actual iron ore. It's costing now, but the carbon's also fairly expensive, but I don't think we can get carbon cheaper here. You can go away though, don't you? Carbon, which is an element, but carbon is usually cheaper on Prometer because of all the water. Yes, it can cost like 200-300 on. Yeah, 300. So we can get that cheaper on Prometer. Everything else is actually cheaper on Prometer, I think, or at least a decent value. It's just the ore. So we have ore here, and we have limestone, which we need for our actual production runs, because we use the limestone in making stuff here, and also some stuff over here. So we do need those as well. Ooh, don't need that. So let's go buy some limestone and some iron. Now, I'm gonna try and get the ship full of iron first, as it is the more expensive material. But I don't want to go too far with it, it's the problem. Right, so my ship, which is there, has a tonnage limit, and the iron weighs 5.9 tons. So if we go back to flight, why do you use two sort of places to go do that? If we were to say 5.9 tons, that times the 60 we're going to be bringing with us is 354 tons. The ship can hold 400. We've got enough to bring that much material. Okay. Well, in that case, let's try to buy it. I don't know if we can buy it right now. We have 20 right now. So we've got another 40 at 24. Really? Sure. Buy that. Purchased it. But it's not in our ship yet, because that's how it a little bit differs. We have to go to contracts. Was it contracts? New. Where is it? Because we've just bought that. It's been filled. View. Filled. Buy. Iron ore. Oh, it's there. It already went to the ship. It was I think it was a new item and it doesn't go into the ship automatically, but that did because it confused me because I had to do something early. Okay, so that ship is now nearly full. We should then fill the rest of the ship with limestone as best we can. So limestone, it weighs 2.73. Get rid of that one now. 2.73 is the weight of that, and we've got a 400-ton ship. And we currently have 358.50. 358.5 equals obviously that minus that equals that divided by that. We can buy 15 limestone. So limestone, give me 15 units of limestone at 69. Yeah, that should do fine. We got grand. Do we have a grand? We do have a grand. And there we go, it's in the ship. So it appears once the ship's docked it will let me fill it automatically, but there was a thing where I had to do something a little bit manually to get it into the ship. Either way, we have the iron, we have the limestone, and we have the steel we're going to bring back with us because we've listed half of it, so... How much does that steel weigh anyway? It's worth nothing, weight-wise. Alright, that ship's got to come home, and we can use that material. Now, I'm going to send the ship home, but I'm not going to do the really slow burn this time. We've made up for the money, for the first cost, and this is saving us sufficient money that we don't have to worry about it too much. Also, the money we're going to make from the water, if and when it sells, will compensate us for this ship. So let's bring this ship home to Prometer at a decent speed. So, to the flight screen, we're going to bring you home. So we're going to bring you home to bring you home to Prometer. Right, okay, so which one takes the longest to do? Bring you down there. That's a day, 1 day, 3 hours. They will use up a lot of material. I can't do it from the screen. I need to redesign the screen. It's too narrow now. I can't see the fuel usage. It's over here somewhere. You know what? Just there we go. All right. So that'll be 136 and 152 for 1 day, 3 hours. That will give me 1 day, 5 hours. That gives me 1 day, 7 hours, and that gives me 1 day, 7 hours. So we go for minimum, cut down on our FTL fuel. So if we put it down to the bottom, that gives us 2 days. So the actual STL is what causes us to have the slowdown. Just out of curiosity, 1 day, 1 hour, and maximum there. I'm not going to do this; it's stupidly expensive. The whole trip in 18, yeah, it's not. Minimum reactor usage, we'll say just about there on the thing. 1 day, 6 hours. It's a decent run. I do actually believe that it would be better to run a little bit on the... Right, so there's a slight bug where the fuel usage calculated here does not match the fuel usage on the ship. Ooh, we should buy some more fuel. We can do that now. It's SF we can buy, right? Because according to this, STL fuel is still cheaper in NCC than it is in ICA. So it's cheaper at Montum than it is at Prometer. It's even cheaper if we went to Katoa, and it might be worth going to Katoa. Actually, we don't need new fuel. We'll wait. What about FTL fuel though? FTL fuel is cheaper, doesn't matter. Okay. Well, we'll send these ships home at these speeds. 148 and 100. So Montum is 148 and 100. Is that around? 100 FTL. 148. Boom. This trip home is going to cost us around 4,400, which, quite frankly, we're saving a lot of money with the iron anyway. So bring that ship home. And here it comes. Okay, 1 day, 4 hours is the total time, which is excellent. It didn't change that much. I don't think it changed at all. Did they fix that? If they did, cool, because it was 9. Okay, so that ship's now on its way home. This ship, I really want to send somewhere. We can send to Toccoa. Toccoa? Yeah. To bring some stuff. What do we have here? We have loads of iron ore here as well, ready to process. That's good to know. What can we send you out with? Can we send you out with anything right now? We have water, but it's not really that good. It's not. We need more of it. So for now, Ranalobian, you get to stay where you are. The space kayak is on its way home. Hopefully, by the time it gets home, we'll have enough material to send out another ship. Excellent. Production-wise, this iron is gonna. These here are gonna dig up all of that AFEO there. So that's gonna gobble that up. We are good. We do need more carbon. We're only down to 16, and not all of that is ours. Like I say, we outsourced some stuff to Toad, so we can bring that in. But everything here looks pretty good. Now, the last thing I want to do with this episode before we complete end is we are having trouble keeping up with the RCO for the cotton build. So I'm going to build a second farmstead. So on base, pioneers, I have all the materials in stock. I've been making it on the side. And we have 50 pioneers, which will more than happily stay within the range there. Now we can do that, or we can go to another type of building. Let's look at settler buildings. Is there anything here that could be useful to us? Well, first of all, nothing we have outright, but that's not an issue. Another weaving plant wouldn't help. People don't know. We just don't have the aluminium to run that machine constantly. The polymer plant would be useful, as it can make the polygranulate, and it only takes 10 and 25, and we'd have to spare. I think we go for polymer plant next, so we can make our own polygranulate, and then we start looking for another planet to settle on and bring some resources. Maybe even bring our own cheap iron, or maybe we bring aluminium in so we can start making our own. I don't know. Limestone's always useful as well. So there's debates on what we should bring in. If you have any ideas what type of material we should look for, I can look around and try and find a planet that matches that need. Okay, regardless of that, for now, let's go build our new farm. There we go. So the new farm is done, all up and running, and if we go to our production tab, we can now see we are producing both nuts and grain at the same time with the RCO coming in. And you know what? Just to level this off a little bit, give me a second set of RCO. Boop, there we go. Just run 2 by side, just because we can, and I'll start looking at pumping these up a little bit more and see what we can produce to help this out a bit better. Okay, I think we're all good right now. We don't have any problems. We have 1 spare BBH, which I'm going to go and put on the market now, because BBH is really useful to have on the prompter market just to make a little bit of money. Do I have any BBHs up right now? Got a second page now as well. No. Alright, prompter base. Prefabs. BBH. Just double check. No, we don't. And the 1400, how much do they cost us to make those? BBH. Okay, so we sell them for 1400, no problem. We can sell them for 1350. So we only have the one, so I don't worry about it too much. 1350. There we go. So we actually sold that. I think I thought actually immediately because it was something. Yeah, we did. Because this person was wanting 2 and we only had 1 available, so. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't get both of them, but maybe somebody will drop their price. You never know. Probably don't. Okay, so we sold some stuff. We've got a ship on the way home. We have loads of iron ore, loads of limestone. I need to stock up on carbon and other stuff. And we do have a community member who's just gone into the carbon production chain. So that's going to be great for a nice supply of carbon. So until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.